In what used to be looked at as a good deal and even the best deal in gaming, Microsoft had decided to say screw that and raise the price of Xbox Game Pass by up to 50%. How's it going, everyone? Mike here. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are watching, however you are watching. Before we get into it, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, as it helps grow and tells YouTube to push this out as we bring you more news. Now, we didn't talk about it on Tuesday's edition of Mike Straw Live, but rumors began to percolate late yesterday that Microsoft was set to announce major changes to Xbox Game Pass on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's here. October 1st, 2025 is here, and that's exactly what we got, as Xbox Game Pass has seen its prices increase for 2 tiers and seeing its tiers and plans now change across the board. What do you need to know? The big thing is that Xbox is now going, instead of core and standard, they are changing the names to Xbox Game Pass Essential and Xbox Game Pass Premium. Game Pass Essential and Premium, and even Ultimate, and we'll talk more on Ultimate in a minute, all include cloud gaming, though different tiers have different priorities and wait times and things like that. They also all include Xbox Online Play for consoles. So if you're on Xbox One or Xbox Series X and S. These plans, I'm trying to think of the best way I want to say this without pissing off a lot of people. These plans are changing now to allow more games. So Essential, what was formerly Core, is now getting 50 plus games available for users. The Premium, what was Standard, is 200 plus games. And then Ultimate, they say 400. But the big problem here is what they're doing to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Now, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will continue to give you access to Game Pass on PC and console. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will continue to give you access to cloud gaming with better wait times. Game Pass Ultimate will give you access to day one titles like normal, including Call of Duty. They are also adding Ubisoft Plus Classic games, a number of games, including 14 Assassin's Creed titles are going up, giving you access in November to Fortnite Crew, which usually runs about $11-12 a month, but now that'll be included. But the kicker here, Game Pass Ultimate is now being raised in price by 50%. Not 50 cents. I want to make sure you didn't hear that incorrectly, but 50%. Game Pass Ultimate is now going to be $30 instead of $20 a month. So now we have Xbox $360 a year if you want Game Pass Ultimate. You want day one games. They promise 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published games day one for $30 a month. Unlimited cloud gaming, shortest wait time, EA Play as normal. $30 a month. They're raising the price 50%. Now, when this first was announced, it took me a little bit to wrap my head around and kind of what it could mean and what I think it could mean, or what I think they're trying to pull. But that's not the only price change. We'll get to that in a second. PC Game Pass, I didn't mention that. That is staying the same as far as features. You'll still get day one games. You'll still get Call of Duty day one. But it is going in price from $11.99 a month to $16.49 a month. So $16.50 a month moving forward for PC Game Pass. One thing to also mention, Game Pass Ultimate includes Call of Duty games as day one titles. Game Pass Premium does not include day one games. New Xbox first-party games, published games, will come to the service within a year of launch. But they want to make sure you know that doesn't include Call of Duty games. Call of Duty titles are not included in those games, those Xbox published games. Remember, Xbox owns Activision Blizzard now, or Microsoft owns it. It will not include Call of Duty games within that first year. So they're limiting that. One of the thoughts I had, so that's the news of what's happening. What was once the best deal in gaming to many has turned into something where now, as I'm recording this, some people have even suggested and shown examples of the page where you would go to cancel your Xbox Game Pass subscription being slow, unresponsive, under heavy use. For me personally, I went and tested and went to that site. I don't have Game Pass, but you can still go to that website. Obviously, that's where you manage all your subscriptions, and it loaded just fine. I know others have loaded just fine, but some are complaining of slowdowns, and it might be more than likely a coincidence, but it's a really, really strange coincidence. This Game Pass price thing. Here's what bothers me the most. I look at it two ways. Now, when Xbox acquired Activision Blizzard, the FTC's biggest concern is them taking this Activision and trying to pass on to consumers price increases to make up some of that money and justify it. They raised prices by up to 25% last year in 2024 to Xbox Game Pass. The FTC had a problem with that. Microsoft said, no, it's just a state of economics, blah, blah, blah. Well, now here we are a little over a year later, and they're raising their top plan by 50%. We've already seen what they've done with their consoles. Since 2020, the Xbox Series X and S have raised in prices by 30 to 33% since 2020. And you're looking at $600-$700 for an Xbox hardware that's 5+ years old. And when you think of how long it takes to develop this hardware, you're looking at hardware that's a decade old about, and they want you to spend $500-$700 on. But here's one thing that comes to my mind with this price. Is this a case of Microsoft putting out this high price of a 50% increase as a way to manipulate the mind of its consumers? Will they come back in a few days or a couple weeks and say, sorry, we took the feedback to heart, we're listening, and then reduce the price to, say, from $30 a month to $25 a month? Still a $5 a month increase, but it's not $10 a month, so it tricks people into thinking they won. And that's what I'm wondering at this point. I don't know if that's the case, but it's sad that this is kind of what goes into my head because it feels like consumer mental or mindset manipulation. But we'll see what the feedback has been. It has been nothing but negative online. Not many people are agreeing with it because of the case of, well, what if I don't play Fortnite? I don't care about Fortnite Crew, but I have to pay for it. Or if I don't play Riot Games, I don't care about that. And I have to pay for it? You really expect with games being $70, $80, it used to be a case of, hey, Game Pass is $15 a month. I can easily justify that rather than buying two $60 games a year. But now you're looking at it at buying 3, 4, 5, or 6 $60 to $70 games a year to make it look like a good deal. And now we're at the point where the former best deal, best value in gaming is nothing more than a kick in the balls. That's my thoughts on it. There's the news. Thank you for tuning in. Reminder, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole Xbox Game Pass price situation. Do you think Microsoft has finally crossed the red line, and are they killing their own service? Let me know down in the comments below. Join the Discord. Link, as always, to that is in the description below. And I'll see you on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for the next installment of Mike Straw Live.